Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I am coming to you on Sunday, April the 24th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine, and we're in the last month of April. So let's not forget. Risk management. Never lose more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. So a quick peek at the monthly candle, we can see we're moving even lower. We're 15 pips off the low right now, and the pound is 327 off of the monthly open and 360 off of the monthly high. For the week, so far, all the gaps have filled. We gapped down, not by much, moved up, and you can see we broke out of the last week's low, and we've moved down. The low, we hit 27.91. So it looks like the double low is in play. The 1.2800 is, looks like that level is in play. So we're putting in the opening range for the week right now. It looks like we're only about 48 pips. And we're all looking at this huge red daily candle that thinking that this looks like this could be a return bar on the daily. We are 719 pips below the yearly open, and we're 463 below the yearly midpoint. I mention that because usually price will do one of those 50% fib retraces. So we're just going to have to wait and see how this year plays out. Inside bar, we had one 6 days ago, and if you took that short and stayed in it, you're pretty happy. In fact, depending on how many lots you had on, you could be done for the year. 48 pip range. We've got 4 pairs over 100 pips right now, and we're only 7 hours into the trading day. As far as the buy zone, you can see we touched it a couple of times. Maybe you got out with a scratch trade, maybe you took a stop, but if you went short, you were paid off. And usually when you see a big candle like this, there's going to be some more momentum pushing down. And we know the range isn't big enough for the rats, but green rats might want to think about possibly going long, especially if price can stay above the double low. Okay, we haven't hit the daily or the weekly pivot, and for that matter, we haven't hit the monthly pivot yet either. It says price near S1, bias long, and where is S1? I don't see it. Let's see, maybe if I go to the hour chart. Oh, here's S1 right here. 27, call it 27.55. We're 50 pips away at the moment. So once again, daily pivot missed so far today. Missed it on Friday. Weekly pivots haven't come near it today. In fact, we're 107, 108 pips away from it. But we did take out the pivot last week. And as far as the month goes, so far two misses in a row. Now, On the monthly, we've had, out of the last 250, we've actually had two misses 20 times. So it's not rare, but three, only 8. So thinking ahead to next week, where we could, figure out this future pivot point here on the monthly might be something to target. In and out of that lower wick zone. And looking at the ranges here, said last week was just pretty much off the charts. We're 250 from the high minus the previous high. That's a long way to go, but anything could happen. So far today, there was a 3 hours ago, there was nice movement to the downside. I'm not sure if there was some news on that or not. Playing the lower high. Once again, you can play this anytime. Sometimes it works right away. Other times, it might take you a few bars to see a profit. I put this up here just to show all the different things you can look for, or that might give you an idea what price is doing, and places where it might react. I'm trying to remember if there was any questions out there. There were some indicator questions, but I answered those via email. Mainly people want me to either build something or change something. One person asked, why doesn't the M candles indicator work on a tick chart? Well, that's a MT5, and I have no idea why it doesn't work. I really don't. And as I've stated before, I really hate MT5. Why they didn't make it so MT4 would have been upward compatible, I don't know. That was just, to me, not a good move. Let's see. Then somebody else, like I said, wanted to create something. Oh, I was watching a video. Had nothing to do with trading, and I thought it was trying to remember if it was a pool video or was it oh, I know, it was a video. It was a sports video, and it talked about, when you say you hit a losing streak, how can you keep going? Because it just seems like you take your shot and you miss, you swing the bat and you miss, you shoot the puck and you miss. You just can't seem to do anything. You just can't just can't seem to get that win or that hit or that basket or that point. So the thing is that you basically have to go back to your basics, go back to the basics, your fundamentals, and you just have to trust in yourself because, if you think back, you had times where you were hot. It's like you couldn't miss, everything you touched turned to gold, you were just, you could almost close your eyes and hit the basket, or hit the ball. It's like you were unstoppable. And then something happened. But trading isn't about any one particular trade. And I've said this before, and I think Walmal's mentioned it a few times. And it's just like any other game. It's over the long haul is what you have to focus on. So yeah, you might have might make a trade and it goes against you. So what? Part of the game. You might have a day and you're down for the day. So what? It's part of the game. You might even have a week or a month where you're down. So what? It's part of the game. You might even be down for a quarter. So what? It's part of the game. You could even be down for the year. Well, come back next year. Make it up and then some. Because if you go back to the basics, do your fundamentals, make sure you're not making any mental mistakes. Make sure you're not letting your emotions get in the way. And make sure you're trading your game. You're not trying to trade somebody else's game. I present a bunch of different methods. But the funny thing is, when I was thinking about, what I was going to say in this video, and I've said it before, but I thought about it from a different angle. What I've said before was, once you put the trade on, it doesn't matter the reason you put the trade on. But you see, at any given moment, there could be, dozens of traders, hundreds of traders, thousands of traders entering the trade at the same time you are. And each one of them can have a completely different reason. So the point is that you don't know the outcome, but you've decided that you believe price is going in this direction, and you decide how much you're willing to risk. So for example, you look at price here, and you might decide, you know what? I believe price is going to continue up. So you enter the trade, and maybe you say, if it breaks this 28.03, I'm out. And that's only 3 pips. It could come down and touch 23 or 28.00 and then run up. But it doesn't matter because that's only one trade. So what if you win? So what if you lose? It's only one trade. It's what you do over the long haul. And you just got to stay in the game, because if you stay in the game, you might get hot. And then you make back whatever you lost and then some. So you just really have to realize that the market doesn't know that you just entered. Not really. Not you personally. And remember, when you're trading, those are limit orders that are happening. So when you place your market order, once you have a pending order, even then it turns it to a market order. That's just the way this thing seems to work. You don't have really true limit orders on most of these platforms. That fill price of a limit order isn't guaranteed. It's not like the stock market. So just ponder that thought that, there's other traders are going to enter at the same time, same instrument, same direction as you, for an entirely different reason. So that's why you have to stick with your plan, your trigger, because there's also a bunch of traders who might be doing just the opposite of what you're doing. And that's why it's trading. So, fellow traders, I hope you had a fun and safe weekend. I wish you a profitable trading week and month heading into this last week in April, last trading week here. And as always, when you sit down at your trading terminal, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.